Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the November 7, 2006 Board of Selectmen Sewer Commissioner meeting. I hope everyone has gotten out to vote this evening. If not, the polls are still open for 1 hour. Okay. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Yes, Madam Chair. All 5 selectmen are present, as is our Town Administrator, Michael Hartman.
At this time, if there's anyone here that would like to address the board, I would ask them to come forward.
Hi. I got an email today from a friend who lives in the town of Hopkinton from our local paper, and I thought you'd all be interested to know what Mr. Hartman has to say about our town.
Is that it?
That's it. I just thought it was interesting, you know, to call uneducated, acrimonious, dysfunctional, very insulting. Anybody who's going for a job knows that you don't bash the people that you're working for that. I just think it's despicable to stick everybody in one pot and say you're all the same. That's not true. We're not uneducated. We're not all acrimonious. And we're certainly not all dysfunctional.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to address the board? No. Announcements. Does anyone have any announcements this evening? Anyone? No. I have 2 announcements. Tomorrow at the Council on Aging, Friends of the Elderly Volunteer Luncheon, the Board of Selectmen will be honoring the oldest citizen in Wareham, Mrs. Evelyn Tamagini, who will turn 102 years old on the 16th of November, will be the recipient of the Boston Post-Cane Award. Okay. Also, recognition night for the town of Wareham, where we will recognize those employees and citizens of the town of Wareham for their outstanding service or anything that they've done above and beyond. Will happen. I'm sorry. I'm just a little taken aback. Sorry. Will be recognized on December 19th, 2006 at the Board of Selectmen's meeting at 7 o'clock p.m.
Madam Chair, there is no selectmen's report indicated on the agenda, and I'd request that it be added because I do have a couple of reports.
Okay, absolutely. It's just an oversight. We certainly can take that up under any other town business, Bruce. Thank you. Brenda, are you ready to take us through the consent agenda?
Sure. We have 2 bills this evening, and I would make a motion that the board approves payment to CDM in the amount of $2,025.05 on invoice number 802-403-64-7 for professional engineering services of improvements to 3 of the town's existing wastewater pumping stations.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Abstained? It's unanimous.
And the second one is also for CDM in the amount of $4,000 for invoice number 802-403-66-2 for professional engineering services to prepare a CWSRF for sewer construction of the town of Wareham.
All in favor? Opposed? Abstained? It's unanimous.
And then we also have several minutes to approve. And I will do them separately as I'm not looking, I don't know who was here and who wasn't, if there was anyone missing. So I would move that the board approve the minutes of April 4th, 2006.
All in favor?
I have to abstain from April 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, you were busy that night, I
Yeah.
think, right? Yeah.
So,
So,
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, it's 401.
On April 18th, I don't know if anyone remembers, on page 8, there was a vote of the selectmen for favorable action on Article 4 of the special town meeting warrant. A selectman abstained. The vote was regarding the transfer of land on Baptiste Way. I know I opposed it. I don't know who abstained. Do you remember abstaining for that one?
No, I don't.
On the Oak Grove Baptiste, okay. We'll have to go through the tape. So we can approve this one, conditioning upon going back to the tapes and finding that out, if that's all right. So I would make it that motion.
All in favor? Opposed, abstained, it's unanimous.
August 15th, let me see, which is it? It is missing page 10. I don't know if anyone had a chance to go through it, but the printout that you guys, there's the file copy letter, they had put that in on page 10 instead of it. That was also the evening that we had listed the street names that we were going to be changing. I thought those should be in it, if that, just so, seeing this is the permanent record. And
They're not in it.
they're not in it, the list, it just says list of street names, so,
And I would request that they be added.
yes. So, I don't know.
Why don't we
if
just
it-
table these minutes?
I would say if it pleases the board, then we can just do that and we'll get that corrected. And then, September 19th, I just had one correction on it, I would make the motion that we accept the minutes with the exception, I believe, the gentleman in front of the Board of Selectmen was Joe, and his name is Verderber, not Betterbine or whatever. So I would approve those with the correction of the spelling of Mr. Verderber's name.
Do I have a second?
Verduber.
All right, and just also, Mr. Verteber's name appears misspelled twice in here. It's also on page 6. He was actually the proponent of the Article 37
And it's a
sewer
different,
assessment,
yes, and it's a different
name,
spelling, so.
But it's the same person.
Yes, I'm sorry, thank you. I just had it written on the front, and didn't have the correction for both, thank you. And then,
Hold on, we didn't-
I'm sorry, we didn't.
All right. All in favor of accepting the minutes with the change of Mr. Verteber's name?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, it's unanimous.
And then, October 3rd, the approval of I would move to approve those minutes with the exception of, on page 11, when Mr. Potter was speaking about the funds, the possible funds for Spillane Field, it's Yawkey, Y-A-W-K-E-E,
K-E-Y.
K-E-Y, is that how you spell it? And I would make a motion to approve those with the correction of that.
All in favor? Opposed, abstained, it's unanimous.
And then I would approve the executive session minutes of August 15th, 2006.
All in favor? Opposed, abstained, aye. The vote is 401.
And then we have the interviews for the boards, committees, and commissions.
Okay.
And that will be the end of the consent agenda after that.
All right, thank you. Yep, next on the consent agenda actually is to interview applicants for various boards, committees, and commissions, excuse me, or trust funds. And the first applicants to come before us this evening will be the Historic District Commission. We actually have several. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, 5 applicants for this commission before us this evening. Shall we